I just went grocery shopping, and I was away for 3 hours with Ollie. It's tiring today. Like when you go into the German supermarket, they don't let you in unless you have a, how do you call it, Einkaufswagen?
A card.
Yeah, a card. And then also at the DM, which is a cosmetic store, there was a guy actually, you know, one person gets out and then another one can get in. So only 15 people are allowed in the store. So I don't know, you definitely feel the lockdown here. Definitely feel the consequences of the virus. So I've been out now for, it was the second time in 2 weeks. No. Yeah, the second time in 2 weeks.
2.5, I think, yeah.
2.5 weeks that I went to town to get stuff, but I just bought so many things now that I don't want to go again in the next 2 weeks because, I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah, simple things become very complicated.
Yeah, man. But yeah, we got everything. We got bread, we got hummus, we got beer, we got, what else? Veggies, vegan, protein, sweets, vegetables, right?
Okay.
Everything we need.
I'm gonna make a tortilla wrap with fish fingers inside and some rocket and some type of spicy sauce and some mayonnaise. And then
is that one of your favorite dishes?
No, I just thought it up today. I've never had a tortilla wrap with fish fingers. I think it's gonna be good. Brought some greenery for the first time today. Love rocket.
What's your favorite dish, Ollie?
Favorite dish is
Or one of the best things you've ever had on tour?
Oh, on tour. Oof. I'm looking at Italy right now. Probably stuff in America. Always home cooking. Probably Bennett's grandmother makes really good home cooking. When we're on tour, technically I go home to London, so my mum's home cooking Sunday roast. Despicably delicious and nutritious. Not too sure. Oh, like a breakfast wrap in America, love it. It's like a sausage pate with cheese in the middle and an egg on top, wrapped in a bun. In the morning with a coffee, it's showtime, yeah.
My favorite dish is what Steffi made.
Which is a new invention. We have a lot of cabbage.
Bennett's bibimbap. Stop. Steffi and Bennett do a really good bibimbap. That's amazing. And they leave out onions for me. They're really considerate. It's lovely.
Sometimes.
I appreciate that. But I've gotten used to onions here, man. I smashed the dal last night a little bit with the stuff and
I think when it's cooked you don't
mushrooms.
notice it as much.
But when it's a friend cooking for me, it's different. There's always the rule if I go to a restaurant and I have to pay, I'll be like, I'd rather not have that. But if a friend's gone and not slaved away, but gone on the stove for 45 minutes or an hour of their time and they've made me some food, I usually try to accept. That's my rule.
I'm a big pizza person.
Yeah.
So I love pizza.
I just bought. I have 4 in the fridge.
Yeah, but like not frozen pizza, like
No,
proper Italian
I get
pizza.
it. Yeah, exactly.
Man, on tour, I don't know. I can't remember, to be honest. Like
It's
I can't remember one specific dish that really stood out to me. But one thing I remember is when I was on tour in Canada 3 years ago. You know, they have a massive burger culture there, and man, the burgers there were fucking amazing, really good. Back in the day where I used to eat more meat, but yeah, didn't miss out on that.
Favorite food I've had while on tour. Whoa. Definitely. I mean, I think we've eaten at some really cool restaurants for sure. Some of like the gigs and stuff that we perform at, for example, we've been fed really well. Like we used to always play in Langerano in Italy, and the first time especially, they came out with an absolute feast. Langerano is the home of like the Parmo, like the prosciutto di Parma, like the prosciutto ham, because like where the mountains are, like the air comes down and dries it when they hang up the ham, and wow, that was amazing. And yeah, there's been quite a few others, I would say, but that one for sure sticks out to me. And then, of course, meals that we've had at people's homes as well. Like, for example, in when we go to the south of France very frequently, in Provence, in Saint-Marc, our friend Denis, his wife Lisette, is a crazy cook. And she cooks like ceviche, and, well, she doesn't cook it, but she prepares it. And a lot of other great dishes, like Peruvian-inspired dishes that are, wow, every time we go to their house, I'm always really, really happy. I mean, definitely our parents too. Oh man, what about at Yoda's? That was crazy. We had a barbecue. Friend of ours, like this group, the Black Powder, these pirates, we know them through all the fantasy festivals. And at the end of last year, this was actually a really cool story, because we had a little bit of a breakdown with our van. Like one of the tubes from the water pump was had a hole in it, and so he was nice enough to drive to Calais, where we had just come over from England. He drove to Calais, picked us up from the hotel there in the morning, drove us all the way to Ghent, which isn't that far, but it's an hour, yeah? So drove us to Ghent, and then we had like a feast. I mean, took the entire day to prepare. It was like barbecue galore. They had the entire community come over, basically, like their entire, like, well, not the entire, but a lot of the pirates come over, and each one of them had their own kind of like specialty that they love to prepare, and man, it was a feast. Oh, that was good. That also in the US, we had some really nice barbecues as well. Texas barbecue a couple times, that was nice.
This homemade pizza we made with our friends
in Austin.
In Austin.
Man, so many experiences like that, actually. It's crazy. Also,
we were throwing the pizza dough in the air. That was pretty fun.
That was fun, yeah. And there was also, like, for example, we had some killer Mexican, like in like Tex-Mex, like both in California and there.
Also in El Paso, when we were staying, or not
Oh yeah, come on, that was amazing. In New Mexico.
Yeah.
In Las Cruces, that was amazing. Yeah. What else?
With Gioconda, when we went in San Francisco.
Yes, man.
La Taqueria.
Oh, La Taqueria. That was supposedly the best Mexican food in San Francisco, La Taqueria. And honestly, I don't have a lot of point of reference because we weren't there that long, but I would be surprised if that was wrong. If something could top that, let me know. Yeah. New York, of course, like, I love eating at all the bodegas there, getting proper New York deli sandwich. That's so good. And
some of the brunches we've made as well.
For sure. I mean, a lot. Like, that's the thing is like, I think it's really hard to pick one. I've picked some that just came to mind immediately, but if I like really sat here and thought through it, I mean, we've had so many incredible meals from people that are good cooks that love to share what they, either their favorite place or their favorite dish or whatever. I mean, and also, like, we're also not bad cooks either. So it's pretty, I mean, food-wise, we eat well. Yeah, so we definitely cook a lot. Flo loves to cook all sorts of great recipes. A lot of times he finds dishes that we really like when we're on the road, and then he looks up a recipe and tries to make his own style, which is pretty awesome. And Steph and I cook a lot. Stefan's also a good cook, and Ollie's also a good cook in his own way. Ollie has a very particular love for certain foods that he's a little bit more of the outlier from us. We like to eat all kind of the same thing, and Ollie is really, he has what he likes, and he knows how to make for himself what he likes. So we're all good cooks, and we kind of have our own recipes, but we're always interested in sharing. So if you've got a cool recipe that you want us to try, any knowledge you want to share. I mean, we're in lockdown, we have time, and we've got quite an abundance of things that we've stocked up. So it would be pretty interesting to hear from you, especially if it's like a breakfast dish or a brunchy dish or even something for dinner. We would definitely be open, all ears. So if you've got a cool recipe, let us know.
My favorite food on tour, because I love fries, definitely. I remember a really good poutine in Montreal, and also going by memory, I remember, because I really like kebab, that our friend Denis and X took us to his favorite kebab place. Not as good as Berlin kebab, but pretty up there. Great job, Denis. Also, I actually enjoyed a lot of stuff we had in the States. We had great sushi in the States in Bloomington, I think.
Oh, yeah.
That was amazing before the gig. That was actually really good. Obviously, tacos in the States are great. It sounds like I just eat fast food, but I just remember all these like foods you don't really get here. And I think one of my favorites in general is seafood in Italy. they have, because when you're close to the sea there, it's
well, the experience we had with Massimo the one time, when we went to have that amazing dinner
right at the sea,
right at the sea.
I love stuff like that. But I also like a lot of vegetarian. It's hard to say what's my favorite food on tour, because there have been like a lot of like really good healthy and non-healthy dishes. But like I said, fries and kebab is my comfort food, so I remember those two. When it comes to healthy stuff, I think that was already mentioned what we had. Actually, that's one thing. I mean, we can say about Instagram what you want. It's a terrible app sometimes, but a lot of cooks are on there and chefs, and they share a lot of great recipes. Like especially in these times right now, simple stuff you can do, which actually they have an amazing taste. Like I don't miss going to restaurants. I love cooking at home, and it's nice to bring the world together with different foods from all over the place, even if you've never been there. But like someone from China like shows you a recipe, someone from Japan shows you a recipe, maybe someone from Germany has something in store for me. I don't know. American recipes are also great. Italian food. I got good friends from Italy, like Bologna, like Valerio, my mate, and Michele, and they showed me a great like what we call here spaghetti bolognese, which is actually ragu recipes, and like traditional Italian dishes are great.